into the 411 for your fantasy football with your host, Autumn Wynn Williams.
Autumn Wynn Williams. You're now watching the 411 on YouTube or wherever you stream your podcast. I'm on my little mini vacation from my daytime, my jobby job, the shit that pays the bills, the shit that pays the internet, so I can make these videos and hopefully make money off of DFS on Draftkings, Fanduel, and Yahoo. Make sure you click the like, subscribe, the share, the bell icon, comment below your favorite plays, your favorite stacks, your vent about anything you want to talk about that's DFS related. I'm just here to provide you my quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and defense for week 2. Week 1, man, a lot of us that really did research heavily, that provided content or stayed in the know as far as what was going on with the updates, checking Twitter with the beat writers, and just doing the extra that we need to do to provide to you guys out there that have busy days and can't do the research. We came up wrong with a lot of stuff, but it wasn't our fault. Because variants happen, it's shit that you don't expect to happen happens, injuries happen. Like, for instance, Raheem Mostert. You know, we heard that Sherman wasn't going to be in the game. Trey Sherman. And so everybody was looking at Raheem Mostert was supposed to be the big play at the very last, 10 minutes before game time. So everybody was rushing him in the lineups, and what happened to him? He's the most hurt. And then what tripped me out is Deontay Johnson from the Steelers. He ended up injured, I think, in first quarter. Luckily, he ended up coming back, getting a touchdown. I just feel so uncomfortable playing him now, though, because every single time I do, he get hurt and he don't come back in the game, or he get hurt and then he come back in the game and score a touchdown, and it's like really, it's stressful. That's the only way I can describe it, man. Deontay Johnson, Raheem Mostert, it's really stressful when you play those guys. Really, any running back in San Francisco is stressful because you don't know if they're going to have a running back out there to go do the job. But starting off with the quarterback, though, I'm going to go with Dak Prescott going against the San Diego Chargers. This is a high-implied total game. Knowing that the Cowboys are more pass-heavy, I don't know if they got issues with the offensive line being injured still and going to have Ezekiel Elliott protecting Dak Prescott more, blocking. So I think I'm going to take my chances with Dak Prescott, knowing that he completed 42 of the 58 attempts for 403 yards, got 3 touchdowns. I'm going to put him in that slot. You know, last week, a lot of us was looking at Pittsburgh Steelers' new rookie sensation, Najee Harris, at running back. He played all the snaps for week 1, but he only got 16 rushes for 45 yards and caught 1 to 3 passes for 4 yards. But I think going against the Las Vegas Traders is going to be different. If you look at the run that Tyson Williams from the Baltimore Ravens did on the Las Vegas Traders, I think he got a chance. He got a chance to get 60 yards and a touchdown or something close, man. So I feel like it's a comfortable position for me to put Najee Harris in there, knowing that the Las Vegas Traders is on a short week at that. So their defense might not be as efficient. So I'm going to go ahead and put him in that spot. Next at wide receiver, stacking with Dak Prescott, I got Cedric Wilson, knowing that Michael Gallup's out. He's injured. And I'm looking at how Mari Cooper, you know, I think he's going to be covered a whole lot more than he was in the previous game last week, where he's not going to get that many passes. CD Lamb, that's another guy I was looking at, but looking at the price and compared to what I'm trying to put in my lineup, I just feel like it's better things for me to do and put Cedric Wilson in there where I can still have piece of the game with Dak Prescott, knowing that Cedric Wilson on DraftKings is only $3,100, $10 on DraftKings. On Yahoo. I'm going to put Cedric Wilson in my wide receiver spot. Moving on to tight end, I'm going to go back to the chalk because everybody's probably going to fade him this week. Kyle Pitts. Last week I didn't want to play him because everybody was on him. Now the Tampa Bay Bucks, they got an issue with not being able to go against the tight end year after year. And it ended up happening again this past week, week 1. Let's look and see what Tampa Bay Bucks did. The Tampa Bay Bucks versus the Dallas Cowboys in week 1. They allowed Dalton Schultz to get 6 targets and 6 receptions. And he got 10.5 fantasy points. When you paying that low for tight end in the week 1, that's pretty good. But this guy, Kyle Pitts, he's looked at to be like a wide receiver type, a Travis Kelce, a Darren Waller, George Kittle. He's looked at that level. So I think Kyle Pitts can go out there and get us 15 to 20 fantasy points. And on DraftKings, he only, 5,200. So that's what I'm going to be putting in my tight end spot. At defense, I'm stacking Najee Harris with the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Las Vegas Raiders. You know why? They're going to be in Pittsburgh. They're not going to be in Viva Las Vegas. The Rumba Dome. That's what I call it because that's what it looked like. Call it how I see it, bruh. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers going against the Las Vegas Raiders that really, luckily, won against that Ravens team in week 1 when I don't know what the heck was going on with Lamar Jackson. It's a lot of fantastic plays, fantastic plays that he could have made throwing the ball, and I don't know what happened. He was just throwing dead balls, and it was just strange, man. I don't expect Roethlisberger to do that. I think Roethlisberger is going to get way ahead of the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm going to be putting him in the lineup, too, as a quarterback. But this lineup, I'm going to be focused on the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. I may even put an onslaught, the Steelers versus the Raiders. Not just because of my issues with the Raiders, but I don't think they're going to win more than 3 or 4 games this year. Their team looks sloppy. I done paid attention to them because of so much of a hater I am with the Las Vegas Raiders. And I acknowledge good stuff about them. You know, I'm a fanboy when it comes to Darren Waller. But the rest of the team is trash. It's trash. Just like they Roomba Dome. But that's who I got for you guys. Dak Prescott at quarterback. Najee Harris at running back. Wide receiver, I'm going with my boy, Cedric Wilson. Now that Michael Gallup's out. At tight end, I got Kyle Pitts. At defense, I got the Steelers. Still curtain. Go out there and put in some work. This is Otto Williams for the 411 Podcast on YouTube or wherever you stream your podcast in your pocket. Click the like, dislike, subscribe. That bell icon is the most important so you know when the next time I'm making one of these things. And also leave a rating and review if you're listening on the podcast, guys. And subscribe on there. Until next time, y'all stay safe, stay blessed, and I'm out. Peace.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the 411 Podcast. Now get ready to make that money. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at the 411 DFS.